Hello, friends. Hello. Happy Friday night. We're back. Very exciting. I don't even remember was I even here? I wasn't here last week because I had the flu. Forgot. See, all the days. It's just my life is just one long day. It isn't even a week. It's like this 7 days is a day. So hello, happy Friday night. Happy to be back. Feeling much better. It was about 4 days of not feeling well and not being able to eat. So I'm feeling much better. I hit the ground running. And I'm very excited to be back here with all of my friends. So hello, welcome. If you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, if you're joining us for the very first time, hi, I'm Vicki, and I'm happy to have you here creating with me tonight. So lots to talk about. And if I sent a newsletter out, so if you did not see that, make sure you check your junk mail. If you are signed up for my newsletters, make sure you just search Vicki Booten in your email and it should pop up. If it doesn't, it could be that it bounced and there's nothing I can do to fix that. You'd have to sign up with another email address, but I sent it to all my contacts in Constant Contact. So hopefully you got it. With that, hello, Nicole. Hi, Laura. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Nita. Hello, friends. How are you all doing? Hi, Kari. Yes, see, lots of friends are here tonight. So let's see. Gotta slow down, Vicki. Deep breath. Slow down. I feel like right when I'm not here for a week, I have a week's worth, 2 weeks worth of things to talk about. So trying to rein it in. Hi, Stephen. How are you? Hello, Mike Wilson. I'm going to see you in a week, right? So with that being said, my friends Mike and Kelly, I believe it's next week, are going to be here next Friday for dinner. So I will be doing Thursday night live next week. So just kind of be aware of that. Can we talk about some plans right off while people are just kind of find their way here? Hi, Natalie. Hello, everybody. Hi, Valerie. How you doing? How's your daughter doing? Everybody send lots of love out to Valerie and her daughter. They need just a little bit of extra healing vibes. So send that out. Everybody, I hope's doing all right. Any birthdays this week? Anything exciting you want to share? Post it in the comments and let me celebrate with you. So things that are going on. Where to next is my newest collection with American Crafts, and we have been waiting forever for the Where to Next albums. I sent out a newsletter today saying we're still waiting on the Where to Next albums, and I don't want to wait anymore. So I've substituted the album with the print shop album with a lovely gift that will be included in everyone's kits, and we are just going to roll forward. We're going to roll forward with that. So we are waiting now. The order's supposed to fulfill this week. I did not get notification of that, so hopefully early next week. As soon as they're here, Rich and I, Sidecar, the dancing monkey, are going to be working furiously to get those all shipped. So it's a huge task, but I don't want to change the dates again. So whatever we need to do, we're going to be doing it. Okay, so it is coming. It's coming. It's crazy times around here, I swear. That's why Vicki has no voice. It's just crazy times. So that is one thing. Anyone who ordered the page protectors to go in the albums, because they fit all the Vicki Booten albums, those are stuck somewhere, wherever, in La La Land with the Where to Next album. So I'm going to go through. If you see some kind of weird refund, I'm refunding everybody who bought the bonus kit. I'm taking that portion out of the bonus kit. Anyone who ordered the page protectors, I'm refunding all of them. It's too hard for me to keep track of, and I want to ship everything. So what will happen when they finally make it here, I will add the albums, not all of them, but some albums. I'll let you guys can let me know who's interested, because I will order some. They're beautiful. The album's beautiful. It makes me super sad, but I can't dwell on it, right? And then the page protectors, and I'll put them on at a sale price so you guys can reorder with your next order. So, right, just doing all the things to just try to keep moving forward. It's all we can do, right? So I sent a newsletter about that. It went out. The other thing we talked about are 2 things coming down the pipeline. I put an order in for the new 49th and Market Gardenia, the rainbow collection. I'm going to do limited, like a limited number of kits for that. It will be the 10 plus layout creation. It's going to be a new thing that I'm doing throughout the year. When I find a collection that is not one of mine that I love and am inspired by, I'm going to do the 10 plus layout limited kits, but access only. So there are going to be 2 coming down the pipeline. One is going to be 49th and Market, Gardenia. And the other one is going to be a mix of simple stories, the little things, and some of that new vintage basics collection with some other things added in. So just be watching for that. I'm going to send a newsletter. Like I said, very limited number of kits, because it's just one of those things. If I'm doing it, it helps to pay me, right, by doing a couple of the kits. But access only, then I will put the list up. You guys can order your own or use what you have at home. And it'll be another deal where it's like an all day Sunday or all day Saturday where we just do layouts, 10 plus layouts. And I will give you like a cutting diagram and a whole bunch of stuff, maybe a pre-prep day that like on the Wednesday, we do some of the prep work ahead of time. But it's going to be a new thing now moving forward, that we're going to do like the 10 plus series, 10 plus layout series. So every time I see a collection I love, I'm going to curate a kit. I will have a limited number of those kits, that the number will grow as there's interest, but you also can support all of your favorite scrapbook stores. You can get the pieces you need, and then you can do that with me. What does access only mean? Laura, it means if you want to use your own stuff, you would buy the access only to the full day for like a nominal fee, really, because it's like 4, 5, 6, 24 hours of education, because we just sit and make. And then you can have access only if you don't want to buy the kit. If you purchase the kit, you get access as built in the price. So I just want to let you know, because I have put orders in for 2. I don't want to overwhelm you with things, so they're going to be coming. And I figure I'm going to teach one in July and one in August as like a full live day. And if you can't join us live, then you can just access it whenever you want, because it'll be recorded. So that's something that's coming. The other thing that I thought would be fun on some of these Friday nights, I use some fun things, again, things I find that I love, that I bring into VickiBoutin.com. And I'm going to start putting grab bags together. And then use everything in that grab bag that you can also purchase as a grab bag, use your own stuff, or if you already have it. So when we do all of the kind of share a sale links, I'm also going to have like limited number, maybe 20 of the little grab bags. So with that being said, have you guys seen the new Maggie Holmes collection? I'm going to grab it. So it is this one here. So I just, because I loved it, but I didn't want everything, I bought pieces of it. The Woodland, it's called Woodland Grove. So this is going to be one of those ones I'm talking about Friday Night Live prior to doing it. They're all going to be planned. So you guys can purchase your own, use what you want. I'll tie a technique into it, but these are things I'm going to use from my shop. And instead of selling it all individual things, I'll sell the whole grab bag with a little sale price. So with this one, I'll have 24 of those. We'll see how popular it is. And if it's something people like, because they're like, don't even have to think about it, something I can grab, I'll do more of those. But like I said, I just order things because I'm like you guys. If I see new stuff come out and I'm like, ooh, I love it, I want it for me, I'm going to order 24 of them and just kind of have it in the shop. But you know, again, it's one Vicki doing all the things. For me to add all those SKUs all the time until I'm into my new space, the new VBoo headquarters, I would rather just put it in a grab bag, put a sale price on it, and then you guys can grab it. But what I will do is plan them all. So you're going to see them on YouTube and Facebook as like coming soon. And then you guys can decide to shop it or not, whatever you want to do. But like I said, totally limited number. But then at least if you are like me, and I'm the kind, if I'm watching something and I'm like, I just want all of it, I'll do a couple limited numbers of here's all of the things. Okay. So, you know, but this is beautiful. This one, like, look at, There's a papery pack. Look at how pretty. So this is going to be, just so you know, this is not going to be a Friday Night Live. This one is going to be another one that you can do access only, use your own stuff, and we're going to make a tag flip book and some layouts out of it. And it's going to be like a full day Saturday thing. So what's nice is if you're like, I don't really want to buy the kit, or I didn't get the kit in time, but I'd like to hang out and just use my own stuff. You can do, again, it's like, instead of going to Starbucks on a Saturday and buying yourself a sandwich, a snack, and a drink, you can spend the day with Vicki for the same price. So they're not going to be super expensive. They're just going to be ones like, it's an extended Friday Night Live that I put a little fee on, and it's a little private Facebook, YouTube, whatever we're doing, and I think they'll be fun, right? Question. Also, do we click the link and you get credit, or do we input the code somewhere special? So ShareASale links, anything that's like scrapbook.com or Cherry on Top, you just click the link. One link. You don't need to click all of them. As soon as you click the link, everything you shop for using that link will all be credited to me. So thank you for asking. You don't have to click every single one, right? But I'm trying to think of fun ways to do things where it just is easier for me to just do my store. I don't have to bring in like lots of stuff, because I'm not a store. I don't want to be a store. I just want, it's kind of like, hey, like what is Mr. whatever Imaginarium? It's like V-Boo's like favorite things little place with some of my product lines in it, right? Vicki, don't say that. When the husband will cut my Starbucks. It's like that though, right? It is like a Starbucks day, because it's gonna not be expensive for a full day where I'm gonna make a tag. I want to do some handmade mini books, like just fun things. So question, will there be a gel plate too? Yes, Karen, but fall. I'm going to plan for that in the fall, because as soon as I get this space, what's going to change for me is I can hire people. Because I don't think, the only person who maybe has a clue of how much work I do behind the scenes is Natalie, because she's been here and seen it, and my mom. So I keep promising the photography class, the gel plate too. But until Vicki has help, I can't, I have no more time, right? I don't know how you do it all. I don't either, Stephen. And that's why I often have no voice, right? But just some stuff that I'm planning. Again, it's just kind of a brain dump right now, because I was looking at it and going, this could be fun. I love this idea that we could do this. And then if I plan it out, if you want to buy 3 of them, it can all go in the same box and it saves you shipping. But I'm also looking at some other things that will help with that, getting bigger boxes and saving on shipping costs. So things are coming. It's all because of you guys and the support that you give and the love that you give, and shopping my sales and showing up to my classes and joining me on these Friday Night Lives has just made, it's all just going to grow and be a little bit better. Just going to be a little bit better. So that was just kind of the Cole's notes of things that are going on. I'll send newsletters, because if you're like, oh my gosh, I have no clue what she just said, because it can happen. That was a lot of information. So I'm going to let you send out a newsletter with just kind of my plans. I'm going to put it on the blog section on vickiboutin.com. I'm going to start actively using the blog section. So every week I'm posting something in there. So you're like, I wonder what Vicki's up to, or what are we going to be doing? What's coming down the pipeline? It's all going in the blog section. And then when I move into my new space in July and I get some help, I can actually start focusing on the things that only I can do. Developing classes, creating things, doing orders for new product and new things that I would like to use. So it's all coming. So happy we are getting a new space. You do so much for us. Big thanks. Thank you, Karen. I missed the part that you will have a new space. Yes. So sign the lease, and it's moving out of my house and into this space where we have room to grow and move and do all of the things, and it's going to be good, right? So are you moving? I'm not moving. I still will. You'll still see me in my space, but I want all of the fulfillment, kitting, major planning, storage, all of it will be in a new VBoo headquarters. So be watching for that, because I'll be posting I'll show you the gross bathroom before and after, because I said the whole main area is really nice, but the bathroom is hazmat suit area. And I'm like, oh no, we need to do something with this one. So we'll be working on that, and I will show you all of the things. And I've already been on Etsy looking at like Barbie art, like Barbie with the like bottle of wine in the shopping cart. So I'm going to put all this fun stuff up in there. So it'll be fun. Okay. Any questions before we get started that I might have missed? And then we'll talk about tonight, because tonight's going to be really fun. We are going to use the feathery die from Tim Holtz, and I'll tell you why I'm picking that. Do you have to use the feathery die? No. You just need a die that is not too intricate. You need a lot of space in the die. So circles, hearts, stars. So you aren't wasting all your pretty art when you put the die on your art. Does that make sense? So I'm going to cut a bunch of feathers, and I'm going to make a card. I'm going to make a card from one of my backgrounds. Do you remember when we did this, guys? So Heather, you'll like this, because we're going to make, I prepped 2 card bases. So do you remember when we did this art? This black one that's completely blank, it looks like. We did the faux letterpress, where we put inks and paints and everything in embossing folders and created art. And now this is another new thing that Vicki's doing. I thought that it would be fun to do a whole series of mixed media. Now what? So where I, over the years, have made you do all these techniques, and now we're going to take all of those backgrounds, the gel plate printing, all of it, and throughout every month, there's going to be a couple of mixed media. Now what? And we'll make something out of it. We'll make cards for all my card making loving friends, a layout, and maybe I'll even sneak in like tags and some art journal. So we're going to take the technique that we use for the backgrounds, because we've created our own pattern paper, and then we're going to make it into something. So it's not just a whole pile of fodder sitting there that you haven't done anything with. So I think it's going to be so good. Hi, Irene. Everybody send lots of love out to Irene. She needs a big VBoo community hug. So everybody, if you see Irene on here, you know, we have our friends here who definitely love our community, and Irene's one of them. So lots of love out to you, Irene. Okay, so that's what we're doing tonight. I have these dies, which I love, and if you noticed, I left the sale up on vickiboutin.com because I really feel like you all need this set of dies. Remember this set with the giant letters? That's what I'm going to do my title from tonight. I'm going to cut out a title with these. These are, I think, about 2 inches, 1.5 inches, the letters. Awesome. And hey, design team members, I might have put a box in everybody's box. You might all have got a set and maybe a circle cutter too. Your boxes are packed, and they'll be mailing this weekend as well. So we're going to do that with the dies. Any order that, if you're like, Vicki, I placed an order, you haven't shipped it yet. That's what's happening. I'm getting up at 6 tomorrow and packing cruise orders, and any other order that I can get out this weekend is happening today or tomorrow and Sunday. So be watching. You're going to get emails. I'm just getting the stuff done. Right? So the other thing I'm going to use, we're going to do a quick mixed media background, just some kissing, little blah, blah, with the inks I think I'm going to use tonight, because it's the colors that match my backgrounds are these. Abandoned Coral, Peacock Feathers, and Fossilized Amber. And I have it in Oxide. I'll decide if I'm going to use the Oxide or if I'm going to use regular Distress. I'm going to use a sheet of foundations paper. We're going to do this kind of background. Here's my sketch for my layout. I am going to just do, it's going to be layered. We're going to just layer some stamps and all the things kind of in a center, dripping watercolory pattern with then these beautiful textured feathers and a title. And the title's going to be just small. I don't know. Yes. My title might be yes. And then I have like little one, yes to all the things. That's my title. That's what it's going to be. So you ready? I'm going to flip the camera. Did I miss any questions? My husband just stabbed himself with a piece of pasta. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing either, Dandy. But shh, we won't tell him we're laughing. I don't really understand how it happened, but it is kind of funny. So sorry, Dandy's husband. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, hopefully. So let's switch the camera to my mess. Here, welcome to the mess. Let's have fun tonight, okay, friends? So here is what you need to know to play. You don't have to have any of the things I'm using. You can do whatever you want and just keep me company tonight. Right? If you did not have a chance to do any of the mixed media art, you're fine, right? You're fine. Just do all of the things. And that could be making a card tonight, folding the laundry, sewing, crocheting, whatever you want to do. Just keep me company because you know all are welcome. I'm just turning my light, friends. So it's not so dark on that side. Okay. I have to remember we talk about it all the time. My chair, the screws in it are loose. So every time I sit on it, I'm really afraid I'm going to be Goldilocks on like the little bear's chair. And it's just going to break on me and I'm going to fall on the floor. I get underneath it and I just tighten it with my hands, but I need like another thing, right? Doing a puzzle and watching it. I love that, Erlene. Adding pics to your layout from Wednesday. Yes. I don't know if I have that down here. Oh, here. So you will see this on VickiBooten.com here on YouTube. Not VickiBooten.com, Vicki Booten YouTube. This is the bonus class that I did on Wednesday. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend and you have some print shop laying around, did you notice that I added an apostrophe S to Mom's Day? Because I had it as Mom Day. And I'm sure some of you were like, ooh, that's terrible. So this is up there too. This is up there too on YouTube. And it's a double page layout I created for my scraps from my SCT delivered class. So it's there if you feel like making anything. Other things that I have that I'm going to get out and play with this weekend too is in here is something for my friend Tim Holtz that you guys all saw last Saturday that I was sick and I missed. So I will be doing something with this too. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? What was bugging you, Sue Lynn? What did I do? Was there a dead fly or something on my table that was bugging you? The thing I want to use tonight with my background, and I've added these in my shop too, these are called the Element Stencils, which are going to be freaking awesome tonight. We're going to use these to create our background, the layer on the background, okay? So I'm going to be using those as well. It's the new mat from Tim, and it arrived this week, and I can't wait to pop it out and start using it, but it's there. I have a new box of something magical coming from Hero Arts. So be prepared on Monday. I'm going to add it to my blog. It's going to be the first thing going up there on VickiBooten.com, but I'm going to be making something really awesome with some new releases from Hero Arts. So make sure there's going to be like a blog hop for that. So, you know, I love my friends at Hero Arts. So that's coming on Monday. I got to do that this weekend too. I love it. Gotta laugh, right? It's not a bad thing to be busy, right? It's not a bad thing to be busy. So for tonight, I have all of this lovely fodder from, like, this is going on a card background. Look at that. Like, it's all done for me, right? So that's going to be one of the pieces I'm going to put on my card. What do I need? You need some Loctite, girl. My chair has the same problem. I need something. Is that glue you put on after you tighten that stuff up? I'm going to be the falling out of my chair girl. So here are some of my backgrounds from the Faux Letterpress. So if you're like, what is she talking about, the Faux Letterpress? I put a link in the YouTube description for tonight that will link you back to my create a foundation series. And this was one of the things that we did, was this faux letterpress. There are 3 days this weekend, right? It's a long weekend. Is it a long weekend in the US as well? What long weekend is it for you guys? So I have all of these, okay? So we will decide. Look at this one. That's a nice, don't you think? Both Karen and Steven are, like, I know, card makers. That'll make a nice background for a card too, right? Rich to the rescue. It's probably Vicki to the rescue, Natalie. No, it's next weekend. So it's our long weekend this weekend in Canada. Here in Canada, it's a long weekend. What is this weekend? Is it Victoria Day? Is that what weekend it is? I don't even know. Remember, all I do is work. I don't know these things. So just to show you, boop, boop. And I'm going to take a deep breath because I'm sure I'm probably annoying a lot of you because I am. It is Victoria Day. Yay. I don't even know some of these things until, like, I show up. Get up and do the thing. So I didn't have a lot of different folders there. Oh, look at that one. A lot of them are from the same folder. And what I was saying to you guys is you want to pick a die or a punch that has a lot of space in it. Meaning that when you cut it out, like these letters, I will actually see pattern in them, right? So I'm not going to cut all these up because some of them I want to do in circles. I think a whole background with circles would be really cool. If I can find my circle cutter, we could cut a few of them out as well. That might be fun, right? And then the dies that I forgot to grab. So let me get up and get them. The feather dies. Sorry, friends. I have a full pack, but I don't want to open them. Guess what I bought yesterday? Post Malone tickets. I love Posty. I'm going to see Post Malone with my kids. And then I got to find a friend because I bought an extra ticket. So these are the dies that I'm going to use. I think that these will work beautifully with these mixed media backgrounds. So one of those things when you're shopping for dies, a lot of dies now are meant to, like, you'd cut pieces out to create the details are part of the dies. I love the old school dies that are just a shape, right? These are magic for mixed media because we can cut out all of our art. Where are you seeing Post? Do you want to come with me, Valerie? You could be my date. We're going to Darien Lake, but you have to come to Darien Lake for the day with me. So we can ride bumper cars and stuff and have some cocktails. I don't annoy my kids, Natalie. I actually am a fun mom, right? And I paid for the tickets. So I'm an extra fun mom. So if you want to go with me, July 17th, mark it in your calendar. So these are the dies that I'm going to use because I think we'll be able to see lots of the art. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is make our mixed media background, and then we're going to die cut while it's drying. Okay. You got to download the whole playlist, Val, so you can sing all the Post Malone songs with me. And I only say that because, you know, I always have like elevator music, and that's what I'm singing right now is Post Malone songs. Valerie will be my +1. Yep, like we went to see Boy George, and now we'll go see Post Malone together. She wants me to go see The Boss with her because she loves Bruce Springsteen. And I would do it just because I love her, but I don't get mad at me. That's not probably like my first choice, but I would do it because I love her. So this is the other set I'm going to use for my card is this new note quotes from Tim, because these will work nicely in our background, right? And then we can also create our what do you call that? Sentiments for our card. Okay. So for tools that I'm using tonight is this foundations paper. I'm going to use these dies. You can use thickers or you can cut from your Cricut or your Silhouette. And then the feather dies. those are my things for tonight. I might do a subtitle with this stamp set that I added to my store because I love it, but I don't think anybody else loves it with me. But don't you miss these like little, I miss the little word things. So, right, I want to put like a little subtitle underneath our title. So this is what I'm going to use tonight. And then these, just this set of stencils, okay? Just this, the Elements ones, okay? So let's just do the quick kissed background. Vicki needs way more space because it's never enough, right? Whatever I have, I use it. So let's take out a piece of foundations paper and let's make a quick kissed background. Oh, look, it's ready to go. I love letter stamps too, Julie. And that little set they came out with Gingham Garden from, who is Gingham Garden? Crepe paper. It was a crepe paper one. And I love them because I haven't bought a little set. Like they're what, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch-ish stamps. So I'm grabbing a sheet of plastic for the kissing technique. It looks dirty, but it's not too bad. And I think I'm going to do my background just in some fossilized amber. So my pattern is going to just come down the middle of the background. I am going to also do it, I think, on one of my card bases. So we can kind of try to duplicate the pattern on a card as well for my card making loving friends. Don't want you to feel left out, okay? Enjoy your Slurpees. Hello, Marlene. How are you, Miss W? Very happy to see you, friend. Okay, let's see how dirty this is. I should probably wipe it just in case, right? I don't think it's dirty, but one never knows with Vicki Booten. Oh, good thing. There would have been purple on my yellow background. Okay, so we're just going to kiss a little ink and we're going to put some water on it and then we're going to kiss it to the background just kind of in a little bubbly kind of thing. Okay, oops. So if you guys can see that, you want to make sure your ink is moving around. If it's not moving around, there's not enough water in it and you won't get, I'm moving it because I want to control it. So I'm trying to keep it contained in the middle of the page, okay? And then I'm going to do a little kiss. I don't want those drips. Let's move that. That's not contained. That's going where it wants to. And we're just going to create a little kissy, kissy, drippy, drippy pattern. And it's going to expand out a little and taper down. See how quick? And now that is kind of creating placement for our other bits. You don't have to do too much. I'm happy enough with that. I'm going to do a couple drips on here. But see? Very quick. Let's wipe our edges and do it on the card. And then we'll put a couple drips to dry. Okay. Funny story. A few years ago, my family in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, saw the filming of a commercial for the Super Bowl. They said they didn't know who it was and found out later it was Springsteen. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? I'm sure a lot of you guys out there going crazy. But you know what? With that being said, where, you know, it's a sacrilege that I just said I don't know if I'm a huge Springsteen fan. That could be one of those cases. Like, I did not think I was a big Billy Idol fan. When I went to see Billy Idol and Elton John in concert, I really was going for Elton. And then I got there and freaking loved Billy Joel. So with that being said, I'm just breaking that line up a little bit. I don't like just that one little line. I could be completely wrong. And it's like, Vicki, you actually really would love Bruce Springsteen. So I would not say no to any concert. Maybe Yanni. I don't know if I'd go see Yanni. Don't know if that would be my thing. Or really heavy metal. Don't think that's my thing either. Nothing against it. Just don't know if it's my cup of tea, right? Okay, there. But the sad thing is the Post Malone concert is the same day as Ed Sheeran, and he has Khalid there, who Khalid is one of my all-time favorites. So I'm very sad about that, but Posty's winning out because I'm very excited, and my kids were too. Hope you feel better, Pamela. So I am going to let that dry. I don't even think it needs any more drips. I'm just going to leave it like that. And let's do the card background. Same idea, but we need to contain the sucker right in the middle. So I don't think I'm going to kiss it. I think I'm going to do more forced, some drips, and then we'll make it what we want it to be here. Okay. So we're just thinking right in here, kind of some taps. Maybe we'll kiss it. I don't know yet. Can we? Can you control it, Vicki? Maybe. I love it. Look at that. Quick and easy background that you do not have to be a Picasso to create, right? And then I'm going to bleed it in a little bit because the card is warping. This is just like a Nina. So it's not foundations paper. Okay, so I don't want to put too much water on it, but we need to set it somewhere to dry like that because I don't want the card to buckle. Okay. Once it dries a little bit, we can take the heat gun to it, and then we can also lift some of the moisture off if we need to. So that was pretty easy, right? I used Oxides, so it is a little, it's a bolder color. It is a little bit milky, which is a really nice layer when we go to stamp and do the other things on top. Okay, any questions about that, friends? I will put that up closer if you can't see it. See, that's the other thing that I'm going to be getting is an overhead camera so I can zoom in. Won't that be fun? Zoom in. You guys can see what's going on. So put that aside. Now what are we going to do? We're going to die cut. Did you like that I asked a question and then I just answered it quick? Oh, friends, because I'm a little bit prepared. Have you guys seen this thicker set from Simple Stories? I ordered these because this is another one that Vicki just loved. So I'm going to be adding that eventually to my shop as well. I just think these puffy, these foam stickers are great titles, right? And then this is the other one I was saying that is going to be a layout, impromptu mini layout class. All that it will be, it's the new one, Simple Berry Fields. So it's a 6x8 pad and then all the embellishments. And then I think I'm going to use these two things with it. The tiny prints and this hex stencil. So this is going to be one of those. This isn't going to go in the kit because it's too expensive. You guys can buy it if you want or not. But this is what I was talking about with those little mini Facebook Live kind of dealio, right? So I love this one, but I didn't want the papers. I only wanted to use a 6x8. So this will be fun. A little mini class using 6x8 paper pad and embellishments to make layouts and maybe some cards, maybe some embellishments. So it's sitting beside me. That's why I showed you. Okay, let's do the things. So let's see if I can figure out how to use this little mini die cut machine. Okay. Now for our title, we're going to put the word yes. Okay, because I just want a little title. So let's pick the patterns that I know this one is going to be on a card. This one's going to be on a card. So I'm going to make a very simple card from one of these backgrounds. Okay, one of these is going to be a card. So I'll set that aside. And then I don't want to use that or this. So we need some feathers. Ooh, look at that. I could cut one of my letters out of that. Maybe. It's in the running, or one of the feathers out of that. No, maybe. Look at, I did it before. I could do more. Can you see the feathers were cut out of this? So I'm going to use this for sure. That's one of those like super embossing folders. And then I like that as a full background, so I don't think I'm going to use that, but maybe this one. But we have that color already. The purple, the pink for sure. That I'm going to use. I think I will use the black. Ooh, that's a good one. That's debossed, right? The opposite side of the stencil or the folder. We throw a purple one in there. Ooh, that'll be good too. Maybe. I'm going to keep that one for something later too, because I think it's pretty. But that could work. Okay, so let's die cut some things. Yeah, I love anything mini too, right? So there are, like Tim Holtz has one like this too, right? Like a sidekick, is that what it's called? So this is a We Are Memory Keeper. I have these to put in my store for the last like 8 months that I haven't added. One day. This is why Vicki needs to hire someone to help me. So let's pick the feathers that we want to cut. Like I said, I want ones that have lots. Oh, I like that guy. I like that guy. Ooh, look at that one. And that. Just maybe I'll use all of them. I might not. So putting that away. And now I need my Y-E-S for yes. So I have pulled a couple different. There's an E. I opened 2 of these inadvertently. Oh, there was the S on there too, dum-dum. For sure. I have a whole bunch of stuff. So what is going to happen, Serenity, is when I'm in that new space, be watching for it, because there's going to be tons of grab boxes. I have literally just tons of product that I'm going to say $25. It's a humongous box. You pay the shipping, the $25, and I'm shipping stuff out because I want to start fresh. I need to clean my brain, right? So we have that yellow background that is going to have the word yes. And then in the small stamps, I'm going to say yes, brackets, to all the things. And that's what I'm going to put underneath there for my title. So let's pick, if we're going to do feathers in, should we do our title just in the purple? Because I could do, can I get all of them out of here? I think I could. So that might be fun because it's nice and small, right? The pattern is nice and small. So I can just cut 2 strips out of this. And this is what I'm going to cut my title out of this purple scripty one. I think that's a good choice, right? I think it's a good choice. So I'm going to do that. So I need to cut 2 strips that are about 2 inches. Perfect. This is 4 inches. I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'll put it through the little die cut machine. And you can watch Vicki to see if she can figure out this thing. Like, is this going to work? I think it should, right? So let's find a piece of washi tape. just so my dies don't move. Okay. There we go. And we'll see if my sandwich works. Hi, Lori. How are you? Until I get help, Joanne. So where do you live as far as international shipping? What I've been doing for people, because I don't have that many, I think, that are interested in international shipping. Is this going to work, friends? What am I doing wrong? Too thick? Is my sandwich too thick? I never use this, so you got to bear with me. I don't know if it's going to... There. I don't think I need both plates. Let's see. Ooh, it's working. What I've been doing with some of my international customers is if you send me your own way bill, we can make arrangements, if that makes sense, right? If you contain funk, look how fun that is. If you do your own way bill, that's what I do with some of my friends in the UK. They take care, set up their own shipping, and then I just set up an order for them with free shipping. And then they set up their shipping, send me the way bill, and then I can ship. Because then you can take care of, because it's now, right? Everything's changed with the tax and all the things. So it's not that I'm saying no, it just might take special arrangements. Isn't that fun? And then if you spelt, look at, try not to rip it now, Vicki. Look at, I can also now cut these and have these letters as to fill the backing with, right? So now I can also use them, trying to show you, like that. Or they could be little shaker boxes, right? So I'm not going to throw those away. I will keep those because I'll cut the next one is already a 2-inch. And I can use those for something else, right? There we go. And let's do our E. I'm going to go in the white a little bit for that. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, that is on the cruise, Christine. Yep, I'm teaching where to next because it only makes sense. If I'm coming all the way out there to see you guys, right, in Australia, New Zealand, that I would teach with my own product line, right? So I just thought the class will be developed already. And we can just use where to next on that cruise. I think will be fun, right? Hi, Nancy. How are you? So now we'll have the E. My little pokey tool. Oh, that one released. Right? So that will be my title. I can set the stuff aside again. Pull that tight so it doesn't rip too much. And we can cut that one again. And now I will put that in my little leftover fodder bowl. And we can do a different title with this somewhere down the line by backing it with another color, or we could make little shaker box title, right? By putting a little sheet of plastic behind it, some foam around it, and some beads, and we could make a shaker title of yes. Question, where is the info on the Aussie New Zealand cruise? It is with, are you familiar with Michelle Widows? Michelle Widows is the one who is doing all the organizing for me in New Zealand so that I can come to you guys and teach. And then Natalie May is doing the in-person class in Adelaide. So it is going to be called The Best of Vicki Booten. And we're going to be doing so much stuff with that one. So I know some are doing the cruise and doing the in-person classes. And then the cruise is all through something down under. I just forgot what her company is called. I know about 6 ladies attending your cruise and class here in Australia. I love that, Joanne. Please contact Michelle. It's DD, not widow. There's 2 D's in it. And it is, I forgot what the name is. Oh my goodness, something down under. So isn't that great? Don't I provide you with just all the information? Sorry, but maybe one of the ladies here can help with that. One of my Aussie or New Zealand ladies, if you can throw up a link, I would muchly appreciate that. If you like that grammar, muchly appreciate that. So there is our title. Now let's do some leaves. No, those are called feathers, Vicki, not leaves. Creative Adventure Down Under, CAD. Thank you. You guys are the best. Look at, and there's even a link because she hasn't advertised it, but there are, I think, 1 or 2 spots left for the cruise. So a lot of our Canadian and American friends canceled because they didn't want to pay the flight costs, because you're going across the world, right? It's big. So there are some spots, I think, that opened up in there. So let's do this one first. So I'm going to cut right out of that section, right? Because it's there. Might as well use it. Let's do it a little longer so I can try to get 2 leaves out of that. Okay, so what do we need lengthwise? About there. Hello there. You're never too late, right? When you get here is exactly when you needed to be here. And it's hard. Life gets in the way sometimes, right? So I'm going to put 1 there. And 1 here. And we'll cut some. It's just now just doing the work. Just doing the work to get the project done, right? The prep work, which is going to be 2 of these. Making sure they're in and not overlapped. Always make sure your dies don't, as you go in there, move and overlap, because it will wreck the dies. And I know this because that's why I have 2 alpha sets open, because Vicki might have ruined. Why is this not going through now? The other die went through. See, and I'm the kind, like, I just believe in just ramming it in. Isn't that crazy? Now it's not working. Why not, friends? Too far out. These dies aren't thicker. Is it because the paper's a little bit thicker? I don't know. Let's see what happens here when I put them in tighter. I have never claimed to be an expert. Too close to the end. That's what I'm thinking, Lisa. So look. Oh yeah, so it'll fit in. See, look at that, but that one's not there. So let's do this. Get it started. Push it in a little bit. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. That's what I thought. It's too close to the end. You've done it too? Yeah, because I don't want to take a lot of time doing it. I just want to do it in one like little pass. So fingers crossed I didn't have to go through this twice. Yep, they popped right out. Love it. Oh, so fun. And look at this piece of paper had pattern on both sides, so I can decide what I want. Love it. That's a great thing to do with some of your dies, right? If your paper is patterned on both sides, you can pick the side that you want to use. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little stack of feathers. Sorry that I sing everything. I'm sure for some of you are like, that's so annoying. Why is that lady so annoying? I'm going to do, I want one of these too. So let's do our width for this die. press the little button on the left to restart the suction. Yeah, I know. It keeps lifting on me. I don't know if it's because it's on this craft mat. You like my singing? I'm sure for some of you, you're like, oh, geez, be quiet, lady. Can't help it. It's just who I am. Now, is Nicole still here? Because Nick, I saw, but then I missed commenting on it that Nicole said, oh, look at Paris. We need to find one that can you guys see that? Paris? Let's highlight that a little bit. Whatever's on this ink blending tool was meant to go on this Paris part. I hope you're feeling better. I saw that Nicole said she had a little bit of a cold. And I like that she said summer cold. And I'm like, oh, are you getting summer in your part of the world? No summer here yet. So see, I just highlighted the Paris. And now I'm going to try to find one of the feathers that Paris will fit in. Because that's fun. I don't know if we'll get all of it, but some of it. And let's tape that on there so it doesn't move. Well, Post Malone is still playing in my head, just so you know. And then I was looking up, you'll laugh because, hey, I am not embarrassed of things like when I share my craziness. So because I'm going to this concert, I need to be the old lady in the stands singing the songs. So I have been watching or looking at song lyrics. So that, because if you listen to Post Malone, sometimes you have no clue what he's saying. Like, it's like, what did he just say? So I've been looking at the song lyrics. So when I go to the concert, I can actually sing the songs with Posty. I love that. Look at the P kind of got cut out, but look how fun that is. Love it. That's going in my little pile of feathers. So you'll laugh. You do that too, Marnie? Did you buy an outfit for the day? Not yet, but I will. I'm working really hard on my Gina Livy. I have lost 7 pounds and I am trying because, friends, it's not all about getting skinny. It's just being healthy. That is my biggest thing, is I don't want to be a burden on my children. And I'd actually like to enjoy because I'm 75 right now, right? The next 100 years of my life. So I'm just trying to take better care of myself. So I will buy a killer outfit. I might have went shopping today, friends. And oh, Rich is here. Uh-oh.
Speaking of a burden.
You're a burden?
Yeah.
Why? And was the ribbon in those kits and you just missed it? They're not? So now go out and find it. Go find it.
We're ready for tomorrow, though.
Okay.
I've got 50.
Okay. So are there 50 missing?
I have to check.
This adorable little pink machine, Lorraine, is the We Are Memory Keepers little mini die cutting machine. And I have it. I don't know. There's probably 20 of them out in my here. Friends, I'm going to be adding some things to the store. I'll make sure I put it in there. It comes with, like, look at 2 little embossing folders and then the little thingies. So I've had it for a while. I just haven't added it. I have so much stuff, friends. I have like the little tools to make mini books. We're going to be doing so much. As soon as I can get some help to start doing things that Vicki shouldn't be focusing on, like packing orders and stuff, I should have somebody who can do that for me. I want to, let's do some out of this. This will be pretty. Okay. I want to put a whole whack of stuff up in the store because it's all sitting out there, just so you know. I'm going to cut this piece off. So we need, for these feathers are about, I think, 1.5 inches ish. So maybe 1 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to cut a bunch of 1 3/4 inch little strips. Do you see already? Like, look at when you just kind of quiet all the noise. The patterns are beautiful, and you might have ripped or threw that one out. I want to make sure I get one with all those colors in there and one on this side. So we might go a little thinner. You like Rich's packing sticker, and for all my friends on the cruise, I might have made him a t-shirt. So he has his own dancing monkey t-shirt too, because you know he needs one. I think that'll work. And then let's see what we can get out of that one. Oh, look it, that's going to be a fun feather. So let's do this guy on here. And then I can pick what I want on it. I think down here, like that. Okay, let's see what it's going to look like. Could I get 2 on here? Can we cheat? What do you think? Like Natalie said, where she wrecks her dies trying to, but I'm going to do it like Natalie. I'm going to try to get 2 on there. I think I can, right? I think I can. Not maybe that far to the edge. And I am like Rogue. You probably should just secure it with a little bit of tape. You probably should do that. Yes, I made that a while ago because you will laugh. The husband who just popped over here because he was outside getting the cruise kits together for Alaska. If you're here and coming with me to Alaska, see it released. If you're coming with me to Alaska, we're packing those tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. And thank goodness it's raining and he can't golf. So he's here working with me all weekend. But when I was doing all of those mini evolution, thank you. That's the proper name. Thank you, Deb. It's the mini evolution. I could bring you one over, Valerie, when you get home. It's cute because it's pink, right? Okay, are you ready for the reveal? How cute is this one going to be? He was like, you know what? You need to make me a sticker because I think the people will like that if I have a sticker. I'm like, okay, buddy. Oh my goodness. See? Contain funk, friends. So when we're making all this mixed media and you're like, what am I going to do with it? Oh my goodness. Look at that custom feather. It's beautiful. Right? He really thought he needed to have his own sticker for his people. The people will like it. That's what he says. The people will like it because the people like me. Okay, buddy. I make you a sticker. So I made him the dancing monkey sticker, which my father loves the dancing monkey sticker. Bill Smith might have one on his dash in his car. There's another one. I love it. I love this one. And then look on a card, friends. There's no reason. Look we're going to save these because we can do these on a card. So we could back these with like, say, hot pink or something. And then, oh my goodness, we could draw on it if we wanted. I love this. These go into our don't throw away. It could go in your art journal. You could staple it in your art journal with a script stamped background. The things we could do, right? Let's do one out of this too. Different feather. Which one do we want? So feathers that I'm liking the best are the ones that are more solid, I have to say. I think it shows off a little bit more. He was so happy with the design. It's true, right, Natalie? The people will like it. Okay, hon. The people. Let's do this. I'm going to try to put that art in there. So this takes a while, friends. This takes a while. Let's get a couple of these. Vicki, stop talking. Keep cutting. Okay. Put that one. I can't get 2 on this one. They have to be thinner. So let's just whip it through quicker. See, like when you don't do a video live, a class live, this would be when you speed it all up, right? When you watch those like card videos and all the rest. This is the part that they'd speed up or do off camera. Because really in the reality, you couldn't make live with me if it was a recorded video where I sped everything up, right? You couldn't do it live because you would be having to do all this little piddly work. Sometimes like, right, it can take you 4 hours just to make a card. because you're doing all the die cutting and all of the fussy stuff, which is awesome, but takes, oh, seriously, I freaking love that. You would like a t-shirt that says, I'm a fan of the dancing monkey. Dudes, his head would blow up. We cannot make his head any bigger. You are such an inspiration to me with a weight loss. This is my 3rd round with Gina Livy. I haven't lost a lot of weight, but I'm keeping it off and I'm feeling happy about my body. That is awesome. Good for you, Lori. It's true facts. I just find on the program, you eat well, you drink water, you go to bed, you get your rest, you take care of yourself. Even if you aren't losing a ton of weight, you're doing yourself a huge favor just taking care of your body, right? Wait until Rich hears this. OMG, it will make his day. So I made him a t-shirt, the same as the sticker. So he has a big dancing monkey t-shirt, which I'm sure he's going to love wearing. And then I have stuff coming. So I'm working on some collector pins, new collector pins. I'm working on an apron. I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm working on. When I'm in the new space, it's just going to all be bigger, bolder, and better. It's going to be awesome. Okay, let's cut a few more and then do the things. I think some of the pink ones, right? So let's do another one of those long strips. I like to get kind of both in there. Let's do that. Oop, throwing stuff. Get 2 on here. Yeah, he's funny. We can't get his head too big. Friends, I have to live with the guy. Karen did get to meet him and had a lengthy chat with him at Scrapfest, didn't you, Karen? Friends, because like I drive you crazy with all this. For the Alaska albums, if you're looking for a travel album, I will have extras that I will post in about a week. And it is using the new Heidi Swap with a mix of where to next. So if you're going on a cruise or you love to sail, this album will be right up your alley because it's all about sailing in the sea. So I ordered extra so that I could put a couple up, because if I'm doing the work anyway, right, I might as well sell a couple of them. So just a heads up, if that's your jam, be watching for that as well. I have extra of some other kit too. Just be watching for it. There's going to be so much stuff. Too much. It's too much stuff. Okay, here we go. Can I jam it in? Let's jam it in. I love Heidi Swap too, right? I love her. And this is her new collection with American Crafts called Set Sail. Yeah, she is my friend, and Heidi has been on quite the health kick. Do you watch her videos at all where she's holding on to the bar and doing her knees up back and forth? Oh, I messaged her right away, and I'm like, oh my goodness, just another way you totally inspire me, Mrs. Swap. Yeah, she is doing weight training, and just, I think once we hit a certain age, got to really start focusing on taking care of yourself. So it's pretty impressive. I think she's lost like 40 pounds. Look at that one, friends. I like it. And we can go in if we want to, and we can put a little bit of color on the polka dots if we want to add a little bit of extra color to our feathers. Hi, Chris. How are you? You saw her video and you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, she's doing a lot of weight. We were messaging back and forth because I'm like, good for you. Because I love when people are working hard at things, anything that, right? Maybe they go back to school and they're working really hard. They got a new job, or I just like to reach out and say, good job, friend. Good job. And so with that stuff, the working out and all the rest of it, it's not easy. You got to be pretty darn committed. So it's pretty impressive. I'm so sorry, but I need to sign off. It was a week. So going to bed. Thanks again for tonight. See you later, Karen. I'm almost ready to start throwing some stuff on a layout. With me, I'm going to be here for a while. It's how I roll. Vicki's always here for a while. And I knew tonight would not be a quick one. So if you can't finish it tonight, you can come back and watch the recording. Okay, friends? But I'm going to be here until I'm done my things. I'm going to cut another strip, okay, of this one. Cut a strip. Do a few more. I might do a few more of those peach ones too, because I'm really digging this color. I won't get two on there, will I? Nope. So just pick my favorite part of this one. Yeah, she's awesome. We have been friends for many moons. That's what I said to her is with Heidi, she started out where I only loved her from afar. I didn't know her, but I loved her products. And then I took some of her classes, and then I met her, and then we became friends, and then we were co-workers, both having done collections with American Crafts. And she was definitely, when I started, a super supporter of me. So I have a special place in my heart and love for Heidi Swap. Look at that one. I love it. I want another one or two out of that one. And then we'll get moving for reals. And that's going to be something pretty too after. Okay, let's do another one because I really love that feather. Maybe I can get two off of this, right? So let's do this guy. There. Maybe even three. Can I get three? Do you think I could get crazy and get three feathers off of here? Let's try. Is there one of these really narrow? This one's pretty wide. Okay, I can do it, but I'm going to have to tape them down so I don't ruin things, right? Let's try it. Thank you, Sherry. I love spending time with you guys. That's why I'm here for a while. Because I make things on Friday night because it brings me joy too, right? It's to do things that encourage you guys to create, but it's also my only time really in a week that I sit down and have time to make anything, right? So yeah, there's lots of things coming down the pipeline. Just get ready for it. Seriously, I'm looking at, I've had a lot of people reaching out for in-person classes. So there might be something in your area coming to you soon. So that's going to be happening, maybe not in the next year, but in a little bit. Lots of things are coming. New kits. I, for 100%, am going to do the gel plate too, because you know the gel plate is one of my favorite tools to use. I know I have to do the photography one. Oops, look at how did I cut that off? How'd that happen? They'll have to go behind something. All of the things. I'm so glad you did too, Stephen, because, you know, I have known you and appreciated and loved your card making skills for years. And I am happy to have you here too, my friend. I love the gel plate. I love printmaking, period. Any kind of version of printmaking, I love. Now, two of those didn't have a stem. I don't know why they broke off. See, it must be because this is too deep. Okay, one more blue one, because look at, we don't have enough of that blue color, and we will get rolling here with something else. Maybe I'll cut wide enough to do a couple of these ones because it's very pretty. So let's cut a piece that I could get two feathers out of this. Okay. Is anybody making along with me at all tonight? Are any of you using your backgrounds to do this? Or are you like, yeah, Vicki, I haven't done any of those backgrounds yet? Because that might be the case, right? I have to say my favorite so far is out of that, the debossed instead of the embossed, the ones that go like in, is my favorite so far. What feather shows up really nicely? I want that side one. I really love this one. Yay! Irene is always making. I have to say, I love that. Irene usually has a layout posted 20 minutes after the live. I love it. So I love this shape, the kind of side feather. It's like a quill. I really love that one. So it is going to go here, I think. And then do we like this one? I want the ones with all the busyness that you can still tell it's a feather. This one too. Can I get 3 off of this, do you think? Maybe. Let's try, because that would be like the best day if I can get 3 feathers off of this one. But I don't think so. What do you guys think? Can I? Maybe if I move it up. I don't know. That's pretty tricky, isn't it? We'll try though, because I like to push the limits. But I don't want to wreck these dies either. So I think I can. I think I can. Right there. It's tight. Let's see if Vicki ruins everything or if I can do it. We're going to try. You're making a layout with a couple of mixed media backgrounds that you created a while back using texture paste. I love it, Jessica. Natalie's just watching, thinking about all the planning to come. Yep, Natalie's I'm gonna be putting her to work once I'm in my new space, Nat. I don't know what my family's gonna do because I'm never gonna be home. Right? Hi, Denise, how are you? So you want funny? You know what Riley's doing tonight with his friends? The beer Olympics. How fun is that? So sorry if you do not approve of the alcohol part, but he is 22, right? But him and his friends at his girlfriend's house are doing games. I don't know if it's all like drinking kind of things, but I just was quite impressed that they came over and asked me for one of my Posca paint pens so they could finish their beer pong table. Right? But that's what he's doing tonight. The beer Olympics. Okay. One more. Okay, let's just make something now, because you're like, are we going to just sit and watch Vicki die cut all night? Sorry about that. Right across, Marlene, from the Book Depot. Do you know where that is in St. Catharines? That's where my lash lady, where I go and get Buffy and Fluffy taken care of. And I went in there and it was kind of a serendipitous thing. I was saying to her, I need this out of my house. The business has grown with after COVID, right? And people started crafting and found me. I don't want it in my home anymore. I need more space. And she's like, well, you should take a look. There's a space opening up in the building, because there is a place that creates or makes eyeglasses that were expanding during COVID, and then COVID hit and they didn't need all this extra space. So it's 1,600 square feet and it's set up like it was meant for me. There's a huge island in the middle. There are cubbies that are all 13 by 13 by 15. So they fit scrapbooking stuff. It's going to be so good. You'll have to come and say hi to me when it's all set up. We will make an appointment so you can come in and visit. Once my handyman, my friend, goes in and starts doing the new toilet and bathroom, because you can't use that hazmat area bathroom. I wouldn't let you, Marlene. Wouldn't let you. You can't go in the stinky bathroom. It's going to be cute. And then, of course, Rich is like, I'm not saying anything. And I'm like, good. That's very smart of you. because I'm going in and decorating the whole thing. I'm buying a forest green couch. I am buying some lockers, and I'm not sure if I'm going to buy, there was a robin egg blue one or a yellow one. And then I'm going to buy an orange locker. I'm going to have chairs in there that are yellow. It's going to be crazy. You guys are going to love it. Tim Holtz, their Sizzix dies. They're called the Feathery. There is a link, Lorena, on my Facebook post. I put a link in the description or in the comments, so you can find all of them. Okay, Lorena, if you're on, because I see you're on Facebook, when you go into the regular comment section of the "Hey, Vicky's going live tonight" post. Okay, so we can make some things now because our background's pretty dry. It's not super dry because I put a lot of water on this one. So let's do this and lift up that water. Give it one little quick blast with a heat gun. And then we're going to ink some background. I'm going to have some kind of launch party. I will show you. It's going to be the before and after. And I'm going to share where I purchased the things and what I'm using in my space, because I love decor as well. And some of all the planning, because there will be a lot of planning and art going on the walls, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. And then your orders are going to be filled so much faster because it's not just Vicki doing it. I will have an employee, right? Yes, so you can join in when I have the launch party of my new space. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Oh my goodness, this layout's going to be fun, friends. So with my diagram that I've lost, one of the things that I'm going to be adding on here is a mat. So let's just cut a mat. So I think on here, I want like a 4x4 photo when I go to do this. You can put multiple photos if you want, but for me, it's all about the stuff tonight. I just want to add a lot to the background. So if I'm going to do a 4x4 photo, I'm going to cut my mat to 4.5 by 4.5. And this color is salmon. It is basil. This is salmon cardstock. And I just think this color will work beautifully. So let's do that. So did we lose Nicole? Because Nicole wasn't feeling well, and I saw it and didn't get to comment on it. And I want her to know, if you watch after the fact, Nicole, I hope you're feeling better. 4.25 by 4.25. Right? So that's going to be my mat. And that's all I'm doing. I think I'm going to only single mat this and then put a whole bunch of stuff on here. Hello, Melinda. You're popping in while you're doing dishes because you have company. So they can't know that you're actually coming on to say hi, right? You're sneaking in. Melinda's like, hi, Vicki. I'm just peeking in to say hi when nobody realizes I'm doing it because I'm doing the dishes. I'm very happy that you peeked in. Okay. So remember to now lay out our plan. Let's start. This is where Vicki's brain's going to go. So I know I want my title to go maybe right here. Yes. Is going to go here like this kind of dealio. Yes. And then this is going to go askew. And then I'm going to stamp. I don't know if I'll stamp directly on the background, although we could, couldn't we? We could stamp right on this background. I could get my Misty out. And then at least I can put my words, because remember, I want to put yes, brackets, do all the things, because then I can put any photo I want. Oh my goodness, friends. Guess what I forgot? And I just noticed it. To plug my phone in, it would have been a nightmare. You guys wouldn't have known what happened because the phone would have died. There we go. Okay, so then this color is tied in, right, with our different little, feathers. So we know we're going to have some feathers on here, and there's some peach in the turquoise one. So I don't know yet how exactly we're doing it, but I want some there. Oh, the Paris one will be fun. That can go here too. And another blue one. we have to get one of these green ones on here. Hi, Penny. How are you? What die cut did you use for the title? These are amazing. This set is from We Are, what is it called now? We Are Makers. It's We Are Memory Keepers. It's We Are Makers now. The Revolution Alpha die. So it's pricey, but you get all the dies are this big. So really, when you think about it, it's not a bad value when you get the whole alphabet in these big dies. So for Vicki, who loves mixed media, this die is like heaven, right? I love it. So maybe there. No, this guy's got to go down here somewhere. And I'll tell you why, because see the edge? I should have done some of them flipped. I should have cut it out of the back of the paper, because I would have liked this straight edge to me needs to go like that somehow. So we have another one in that pattern. Yes, it's a different die. There, we could do that one. Maybe like that. Okay, so the idea, I don't mind that. And now we're going to fill in with some stamps and stencils, okay? So you get where this is going, right? And now I want to fill in with this freaking awesome stencil set from Mr. Holtz. So the whole idea with this one is that they're elements, and they're art elements. It's really kind of art marking, right? So you have a whole, this looks like square snowmen, and they're round snowmen. It's a snowman. You can totally use this for Christmas cards later. And then look, so we can add some circles on here, which might come in handy. What other things? This for sure I'm going to use. Look at that. So we're going to create a whole pattern down here with stencils. You have these kind of, if you wanted, like, yes, look around the yes, like little star blasts. The hearts, we could put hearts up here. Oh, I like that. I like that. I was going to ask you, and then, you know, in typical Vicki, I was going to ask you what you think, and I'm doing what I want anyway. So I'm not asking you, I'm just doing it. These are the three I'm going to use out of this set. Oh my goodness, so you've been hanging around. Are you still here, Kari? Because you always laugh, because I always ask you guys what you think, and then I go, I'm going to do what I want anyway. Hi, Deb, how are you? So I'm going to use this, and it's going to kind of go down the middle. It's going to go down the middle-ish, like maybe like this, kind of like meander up here, okay? And then I'm not using this one because I like the stars on this one. And then I'm going to put some hearts on here. So let's pick the colors, because this is going to go in one color, the heart in another color, and the stars in another color. So I picked, which I think will work beautifully, peacock feather. I have abandoned coral, which is going to be my hearts. My hearts are going to be in abandoned coral. Peacock feather for this, and then I don't know yet for the stars. We'll decide. So let's find 2 ink blending tools. And let's do the things. Oh, this is going to be fun. Yes, it's classic Vicki on Friday Night Live. What do you think? Okay, I don't care. I can do what I want anyway. Yeah, the stencils are Tim Holtz. All of my share sale links are there. I have them in the store as well. I think I just added them in my shop on sale. I put them on sale. And don't forget, when you go on vickiboutin.com, so say you only ordered this set of stencils, and the shipping for you in the US is $25 or $30 Canadian. These can go in a little envelope and I can ship them. So I will adjust your shipping. So there aren't very many sets. So if you go on vickiboutin.com and purchase them, I will refund the additional shipping, because some of these small things, anything small and flat, like say you went, I'm ordering the feathery dies and I want the stencil set, I would put those in an envelope, and shipping to the States would only be about $7 or $8. So, and it's all Canadian dollars. So go and do that exchange rate, which is about 40 cents on the dollar. Did you hear that? So you look at those prices and then go and put it in Google and go, so say your bill was 42 Canadian. So go 42 Canadian to US, and then you can see what a nightmare we are living in here in Canada right now. So my card is going to be the same dealio. Okay. So I'm going to stencil that at the same time, but let's find a couple of feathers we can put on it. So it'll be a little bit different. I'm just going to do kind of like a little feather jobby like this. I think 2 feathers maybe on it. It's a nightmare we're living in Canada with the exchange rate right now, aren't we, friends? Just to let you know, 41 cents exchange rate right now. So there's not a lot of US shopping going on here in this house because 41 cents on the dollar. It's ridiculous. I'm like to my husband, why is that? What happened? Like, why is our dollar in the toilet? Okay. With that being said, let's do our dots now. So I can move stuff around and put it back, but watch this magic, right? So we can tie some of our turquoise in. So I'm going to put this down. If you're nervous, put some, like I love the mint tape. It's awful. So, right? The dollar went up today. Is it better? But that's why I laugh, because I'll have my American friends are like shopping on my site and they're like, shipping is so much. And I'm like, do a Google. Just go into Google and look at what 25 Canadian to US dollars. It's probably cheaper than a flat rate shipping box right now. So I'm like, and I can't save, like shipping, unfortunately, is just one of those things that there's like, I got to pay for it. I don't make money off of that, right? So let's do the things. But it's always a good deal. I always price everything very reasonably on my site because I appreciate that you only have so many dollars to spend, right? I don't want to take all your money. Here we go. Let's see. Oh my goodness, friends, it's going to be so pretty. So I'm not going to re-ink this because I want light and dark little turquoises. Ready for the reveal? These stencils are thebomb.com. They are, if you shop my exclusive stencils, the Vicki Boutin ones, we have a couple that are similar to this if you want a bigger stencil. Because here's my limitation with a lot of things that are out there now are not made for people who work in bigger backgrounds, right? A lot of stuff is geared towards card making, which is a smaller scaled background, right? I work in 12 by 12. I want things that will work on a canvas. So sometimes it's worthwhile to buy 12 by 12 stencils in bigger pieces, right? So I'm going to turn it because I don't want to go in the same direction all the way down. And then I'm going to put partial pattern here. So I might line this guy up a little bit, maybe not. I'm not going to re-ink because I want lighter. And I'm going to pull some of the ink from my stencil on there. And then do a couple darker ones here, maybe there. Okay. Right. Oh, look at that. See the magic start happening? Basically, it's for free. It almost feels like it, doesn't it, Dandy? Yeah, it is. It's crazy. I'm going to start here and do one off the page and then decide when I want to re-ink. There's tons of ink on my ink blending tool. Maybe a little bit just to get a couple darker ones, but I want that kind of pattern. And I am going to mask part of this stencil and only do a couple dots. I don't want all of the dots. I just want to make it a little bit different down here. Right? A couple. Maybe carry that over a little bit here. So there is part of my pattern now, right? Because we know the photo is going to kind of go here, right? I don't want to put a lot here because that's where my title's going. And now we're going to fill in a couple of hearts. So do I want to put them all over? No, I think some hearts here and some maybe here. Let's see. Let's just start doing it. Kind of filling in this space. Oh, but let's not forget our little card over here, which really, right, smaller scale, I'm showing you. And this is when I was complaining about the stencil size, but it's perfect for card making, isn't it? Look at that. So let's just throw a couple of these suckers on here too for my card making loving friends, where you can still play at the Vicki Booten party. You do not have to be a scrapbooker. You can take any of these techniques and make them fit in whatever your crafting style is, right? I would love if this, can we fake it a little bit? I think we can fake it to make it fit. I'm just doing it and just very nice. I want some to trail off the bottom. Let's do that. There. Okay. Quick card. Oh no, I have a birthday party to go to and I forgot to run to the store for a card. There we go. Use all of that lovely mixed media stuff and make a card, right? So I'm going to change the color to something else, but you get what I'm saying. Picking up what I'm putting down, right? So I am going to wipe this because I'm cheap, just so I don't carry that turquoise. And I'm going to put it on my heart stencil because I don't know if, do we want all three of those? It could work, right? I'm going to make them individually. I'm going to add the hearts where I want to, when I want to. Okay. So what I'm going to do is make sure anywhere I could over ink the mask, and I'm going to add my hearts individually. I don't want the same pattern as it appears on the stencil. I'm going to make my own pattern. Okay. There we go. Boop, boop. Okay. So now I'm going to add. Oh, yeah. I love it. Look at. Put one of these down here. Do you notice I'm not re-inking my blending tool because that's a lot. That is really juicy. And now that's all I want for the big one. Just wipe that off because the ink is kind of messy. And now let's remask around the smaller one. Okay, remask. Move this so I don't ink off the edge and have that straight line that I don't want. And do we want them to overlap a little bit? Maybe. That might be fun without re-inking my blending tool, so it's just like a light pink. Let's see. Oh, I love it. And then let's get a baby heart on there. Make sure you mask the hole because you don't want a polka dot where you didn't want a polka dot. Okay, so just a little mask. This is from scrapbook.com, the mint tape. It's really fun for masking. Are we still good? You guys can still see me, right? No one's talked to me for a bit. We're good. I haven't gone, like I could be here talking to myself. I think I'm still on live, right? Maybe one here. So you see, I always start with the large and then fill it in with some of the smaller. And I think maybe 2 baby hearts down here. A light one and an overlap, but we'll go a little darker. I love that. So now, see, this tied up our color in here. Okay. And then what, I don't even know what we had on here because Vicki made a mess. We just took it all off. Yay, okay, we're still here. You do talk to yourself. When you're doing these lives, I'm here by myself, right? So in essence, I am talking to myself. So it is true facts. So I'm trying to do this whole layout pretty much without using any other product. We're just using our mixed media, right? So I might use some stickers or something, we'll decide. But I'm totally digging that, right? Now we have feathers to fill in. Now look where I put my hearts. I'm going to have to probably change the design a little bit. Did you guys see where I put? Was this what I had on here? I think so, right? Let's pop that guy out. For sure that guy. I think this one kind of went under. I don't like that there though. I want them to almost look like feathers. Do you know what I mean? Kind of flowing down the page. Like feathers. They are feathers, ding dong. Leaves. That's what I was trying to say. Leaves kind of flowing down the page. So don't like that there. But ruined everything by where I placed that heart. What else do you have here, Vicki? You talk to yourself when you're trying to figure a page out. I like it. We definitely would be crafty friends if you're talking to yourself while you're making it. Because I dig that, right? I did not. Do you see how what the problem is where I put my heart. So now we just have to alter the design a little bit. I'll alter the design a little bit. Let's figure it out, Vicki. Figure it out, Vicki. There's no reason they can't go like this too, though, right? Maybe we won't put them on the side. Maybe they'll come all the way down. Let's decide. Because I can always put another heart in too if I wanted to. And sometimes I feel like it's worth just do it. Just do it. Just do the things. Okay, I like that. I'm going to commit. I'm going to glue those down. Now, what I'm going to do now is fill it in with some stamps, right? Because I still can get my title over here. But remember, we have these because we're going to use this for the card. So watch what I'm going to do. Because now I feel like it needs a little something, something. So Vicki loves circles. This stamp is coming into play. And I'm going to start creating and tying my pattern by doing some circles up the page like that. Okay. So what color? We can go in black that's kind of where I'm leaning towards, because I'm going to put my title. Yes. See, I'm asking and I'm going to do what I want anyway. Black is going to ground the page. And it's going to be in my subtitle. I love it so much. So I'm going to ink this up with Archival. I'm going to test because it's the first time I've inked this stamp. Let's test it on something. Do. That is Post Malone in my head. Let's just stamp it on the back of this. Oh, it's perfect. Watch the magic happen with a little bit of black. Can I come in closer? Is this okay with you guys? Sorry, got to look at my sausage arms for a minute. Look at, is that better? Here we go. And here's the whole thing. It's no different than what I did on Wednesday. Is we are using what we have. You didn't have to have pattern paper to match tonight. You made your own out of your scraps, which to me, this is majestical. I'm loving it. Here we go. So, you know, something has to come off the bottom of the page first. So this is going to be my first. Oh my goodness. Look at the magic happen right there. So now I want them to float up the page. I think one is going to go right here. Oh, I love it. For sure, I want one underneath here because, you know, there'll probably be a little label that'll go here. So turn your stamp so they're going in different directions. Love it. I think one needs to go off the top of the page right here. And now we need to fill maybe one here. Love it. Now, here's another Vicki trick. Okay. So I don't remember. I won't remember where any of this goes. And I'm sure for some of you, you're like, I cannot believe she just threw everything off her page. It's always a new opportunity. So I'm loving that, right? Here's the base. Here we go. End of a pencil. We're going to add a couple little circle dots. I just want the black to kind of make sense of the page, if that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to do. Tie it in a bit. And know when to stop. Okay. So I don't feel like this needs much more. The only thing, we're going to trim the top off because, you know, I always do that last. And then we are going to get out the giant Misty because I want to stamp a title right on my background. And I want the Misty because it will let me line it all up perfectly, because that's scary, right? That's scary, stamping right on a background. So that's when your Misty is your friend. So first, paper trimmer. Let's trim the top off. There we go. Love it. Now look at, I pressed really hard with the stamp and put that pattern in there, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Okay. Where are you, Misty? Found her. Found her. Oh, yes. Thank you, Stephen. Look at Vicki is not doing the things. So we need to add some black to the card. So where are we going to do that on here? Pretty much the same dealio. I don't think I'll put the dots on this one though. And I think 3 circles. Oh, but the circle's going to also be where my phrase goes, right? My sentiment. So for sure I want one right there. Maybe only one on this one, Stephen. That's going to be the home for my sentiment. And I feel confident that it could go right here. Okay, so whatever, I'm having a hard time speaking, whatever feathers I end up using on this card, they'll end up, my sentiment will still work, right? Whatever we do, I don't even know what this will be. Just trying not to make it look ugly. But we'll figure it out. I feel like 3 feathers for the win, but I haven't got there yet. But we'll figure it out, okay? All right. So this is going to go like this. So we can put some of the pieces down. We know that this kind of went here. I have no clue how my... I took them all off. I don't know what my feathers did on the page. So let's try to figure that out. Yes is going to go down here somewhere. Like this. Kind of like that. Yes. And then what did Vicki have going on here? I don't remember. But they're floating up the page-ish, right? What color could go up here? This one? Do we like that? Ish. We can still play around with it, but we know that yes is going to go here. I am not sticking these down because you know I'm going to foam dot those. They're going to pop. So our title though needs to go right here. And remember what I say? Yes, do all the things. Well, Vicki needs a Misty for scrapbooking because really I card make, but I still love that I could do stuff on my 12 by 12, right? And that I could position it and do all the things. So we know that we're like, yes. How about yes to all the things? Yes to all the things. So we need to put this in here. Vicki got to figure out how to use this thing. Eek. Okay. It's all lined up. Okay. Yes to all the things. So this is going to go right about there. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a piece of washi tape there so I know where I want to line up my stamps. Do you see in my, there it is. Hello, Tina, how are you? So I know I want it in here somewhere. So I'm only putting my washi here so I can line up my to all the things right there. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. It probably doesn't make sense, right? Because I got to do it kind of upside down, right? But I can put it on the background. But it's because it's going to take a little work, right? to all the things. So first thing I'm going to do is try to figure out how much space I need for it. And I'm not going to make it perfect because then it'll be easier. So what I'm doing right now, I'm not leaving it obviously on the top of the Misty. I'm just trying to figure out how much space I need for two. Yes, to all the things. Yes, two. And I might do it one at a time. Two. Just so I can see if it'll fit in there. Does that make sense? To all the things. I know I'm going to have to stretch it out. So I'm going to say about there, and I think I'll be able to fit it in. Yes, to all the things. A little bit more. To all the things. I think right about there. So Vicki is going to stick something on here so I know about there. There we go. So I'm going to do two first. And I know that I want it to go right about there. I'm thinking, right? Wasn't that what we were doing? Oh, look at that. Okay, so let's ink that up and stamp it. I'm going to ink it. It's off screen, right? Let's do that. Oh, I love it. Okay, that worked out. I can take that off. We can put the A on there now. I'm going to do, oh, no, look, see, Vicki, focus, 2. T. Yes, 2. And I'm doing every letter individually because I'm going to be crazy like a card maker tonight, right? Yes, 2. It's going to take a minute. Nobody said it was going to be fast tonight. Remember, this is my time to craft is on Friday nights. I love it. Oh, yes, 2. And then, friends, make sure you don't mess up your spelling. Now the A. Yes, to all. Could you hand stamp this? You most certainly could. Maybe Vicki just wanted to get her fancy tool out, right? Do you need to have a Misty to do this? No, you don't. Right? Yes, to all the things. Nothing happens quickly, right? And then just watch, because you know Vicki's getting nervous that I'm going to drop my ink pad right on my background. Because wouldn't that be fun? And then Vicki'd have to show you, because I like to refer to myself in third person, a solution when you make a boo-boo. Then we'd have to have a solution, right? Oh, Vicki dropped her ink pad. How would one fix that? So I'm going to show you some things too of how I would jazz this up a bit. Because I'm going for messy because I just think it'll be easier to make it rather than try to. Woo! You saw that just happen? Vicki just dropped it, but at least not on her artwork. What would Vicki do? I love it, Stacy. You've been around for a long time because you know, right? WWVD. What would Vicki do? I love that. That was a flash from the past, right? So take that off. Yes to all the things. Yeah, there'll be more embellishments. Oh, yes, more embellishing opportunity too, right? Let's do it. I am loving this. I love this mini stamp set. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Yes to all the. I'm going to wipe that stamp down. Did you notice I just spit on my paper towel? Just so you know. That probably just grossed some of you right out, but I'm not going to lie. It's what I would do. That's what Vicki would do. That is what Vicki would do, is clean her stamps with saliva. Do you think that wrecks your stamps? Hey, stamp makers or card makers, is that a thing? With Jennifer McGuire or Gina K say, don't spit on your stamps, it wrecks your stamps. Spit works. Not gonna lie, it was what was handy. Yes to all the. Come on, I know I'm not alone. I can't be the only one. Some of you are probably super organized and have like stamp cleaner right beside you. Yes to all the things. So sorry if that made you not want to be my friend anymore. Why one at a time? I'll tell you why, Jennifer, is because I want to make them all wonky. And the other thing is I wouldn't have enough letters. I wouldn't still have to skip spaces, right? Because I don't have 2 T's or the 2 L's. But you certainly could. There's no rules, right? If you wanted to do a bunch of them at the same time, you could be faster, right? Be faster. And the question would be why? Because Vicki doesn't make sense half the time. She does things probably way backwards all the time, especially the first time. Do you ever find like you do it once and then you're like, it would have been way faster if I would have done this? So we can do the T and the H maybe together. Yes to all the things. But probably I won't. And I'll tell you why. Because I want to overlap the H on this one. And this will not be done because now we will need the bling part of it. Is how am I going to make this finish it with some texture? So I want the H to overlap now a little bit with the T because now we're spacing my letters out a little bit too much. Do that. This is old school. Do you remember the woodblock letter stamps? We would go to Michael's buy, and they used to have them, I think, at Walmart, like just those little woodblock letter stamps. Oh, I put those freaking things on everything. Now I got to pay attention because I would have put an H there instead of an I. And you guys would all been, no, Vicki, don't do it. Are you serious? So there are other people who clean their stamps with saliva? Good. I'm glad that I'm not the only weirdo. It's handy. I didn't lick the stamp though. There's that, right? I didn't lick it. I licked a paper towel. The clean side of the dirty paper towel. Yes to all the things. We need an N, a G, and an S. Here we go. You would have worked backwards. That totally would make sense, right? But at least we know I have lots of space here. So if I didn't do it right, we'd be okay. Because I could move anything on here. But yes, totally could work backwards, right? Yes to all the things. G, G. Don't lick the art. Well, you guys know that I'm sure Tim would know that Vicki goes rogue all the time. I'd be the one Tim would have a hard time containing. And I think Tim knows that because we've been friends for a long time, and he'd be like, oh, Vicki. Yeah. I'm sure when he used to see me coming, when he was demoing at the trade shows, he'd be like, uh-oh, I think it's time for my break. Here comes a crazy lady. I am definitely good for comic relief, right? What did I miss? Boop, boop. Yes, to all the things, and then one more bracket, and we're done our word one, right? I love this, I have to say. I have to say that this makes me very happy. Oh, we can do a heart. Okay, don't get crazy, Vicki. Vicki's getting crazy. There's a little heart on here. I love that. Tim says, don't lick the art. I'd get kicked out. I would get kicked out. I would be that one. The little things look like little bananas. The little, what are these called? Brackets. Look like a banana. And now we can start gluing, and then we have to embellish, and we have to finish our card because it's going to need a little work. The card needs a little work. Okay, love that. So I just put them all on here so I can clean them and put them back. So these stamps are inexpensive, so they're not going to be the stickiest stamps in the world, but they work. But don't leave them laying around because you will lose them because they're not super sticky. Okay, so my paper is like, in a perfect world, I would run this before I totally commit through my, what is it called? My Mink to flatten it out a bit. So let's foam dot or get some foam tape maybe. I think this will work. Oh, it's kind of thick, but we'll cheat. I did not like that, but okay. Let's do the things. Let's finish this page before 11 o'clock. Yeah, your cat might eat the letters. That could happen, couldn't it? They're probably a tasty treat for Putty Cat. So I will figure out how I want to place this, but I know I want to pop these up. You cut your foam, 3D foam. I'm cheap, so I hardly ever use a full square on anything. If you can't lick it and stick it, duct tape it. I love it. I love that. Okay, so it's going to go something like this. Yes, to all the things. Oh, yes, to all the things. Yeah. And then you could put anything. You know, anything could go on this layout if you haven't printed a picture yet, like Vicki. Because I was not that organized today. I'm not lying to you. I get out of bed in the morning and I start working. There might have been days this week that I was in my pajamas all day and forgot to brush my teeth because I got out of bed and just started working. That might have happened in my world, right? So I like this. Yes. 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 Like that, I think maybe. Yes to all the things. And it's not finished, but I'm going to commit my letters because I like that. And then we are going to add a little bit of dimension. Ooh, look it. This was another idea. And I'll show you, because what is not on this page is there's not a lot of purple, right? So we could, around the yes, that's how I'm going to tie this. Do we have an ink color? This has to be ink, right? This has to be a distress ink. Let's tie that purple in. Let's find it. Do we think it's shaded lilac? No. Is it wilted violet? Let's do a little sample. But look, we could tie a little bit of purple in. But we will do a tester of this color. Gotta find the ink blending tool. Okay, let's do a test to see if that is, in fact, the same color. I feel like it is. Yeah. It is the same. It's wilted violet. So what my plan is to tie a little bit of that purple down here. I am going to do a couple little hearts. Let's get new. Vicki, don't be a cheapie. So I'm going to mask that star. Just all the spots that I could, in fact, put my blending tool when I don't want it there. Yeah, so guess what? Put one there. And one down here. And then let's go with the little guy. So we're just tying that purple in a little bit, right? You could definitely have gone up the middle of the page if you wanted to. Okay, so we are just isolating the star so that we could add. So where do we want them? I want one here for sure. Right there. One up here. Yeah. and then know when to stop. And I know that is enough. Okay, so I'm tying some of my purple in here. So it's not just like, that doesn't really make sense, those purple letters. And we'll put the Y back on. There we go, our E. Yay! So Mrs. W has winner chicken dinner at Ransomville. That means her grandson, Matt, who races dirt, won. I'm sure Rich is watching it. That's what he was doing while he was kitting out there, Mrs. W. Is he was watching. He watches it on, I don't know. He downloaded all this race stuff after COVID or during COVID. So that's what he does, is watches the racing. And I'll hold it up and you'll see that tied the purple in a little bit, right? And then we're going to have to finish the card because I can't be a quitter. Like I said, I'll probably be here till 11 tonight. That's how I roll. And then I will tie the purple in with some rhinestones, I think. So yes to all the things. And then let's get our photo mat back in there under the S, over the S. I like it under. I'm going to put it right here. Let's commit that. That is stuck. There's some purple on this guy, so it ties in. I like it there, I think. Did you notice I curled on my feathers too? So they look like they kind of are floating on the page. I like that there for sure. And then we need a turquoise one. Love it. You're not supposed to quit half the way. Well, it's hard for me to do it, right? Because then everybody's like, oh no. It's like if you had to wait till next season to see how it turned out. So I feel like I can't quit. I have to finish. I think that one's going to go kind of sideways. Yes, I love it. No rules. Yes, I am not judging you if you're like, okay, I'm done, Vicki. I'm not finishing it. I'm going to bed. But there is like when I'm like, come and join me on Friday night, there is a little bit of expectation that I'll finish what I'm doing, right? You know what's fun tonight is I did not know what I was making. I just knew what we were using. There was very little plan. I want that to go over the S a little bit. So do you notice I covered some of my black dots up? So I will go back in there now. I want to fill a couple little, oh, that is crazy. I covered up my apostrophe. So maybe under the S like that. No. There. Better. Okay. So you can see what we did here so far. Did you hear? I just broke my magnet. Did you hear that happen? That's what you're not supposed to do. I broke both of them because I put them together. Yeah, they're garbage now. I will be getting in touch with Misty to order some new magnets. You just watched that happen live. Don't do that. So I love this, but now it needs to be Vickified a little bit more. I covered all the little black dots, so let's add a few of those. Oh my goodness, a piece of that magnet shot right across the room. Do not put your magnets together. And good thing my finger wasn't in there because you literally could break your finger off. Did anybody see? There's my pencil. You are such a ding-a-ling, Vicki Booten. So this is often what I do like as an afterthought now is to create like a guiding line up my page like a snake. I will come in here now and fill in some dots. So it makes sense going up the page. And then the next thing we can do as well is fill it with some rhinestones. I cannot believe I just did that. I just broke my magnets. I'm special in so many ways. Okay, so now I just created this kind of little snaky guiding line up the page. Yeah, don't do what I just did. I took them off, they clicked together, and it flew right across. They snapped. Did you see that? Both the ends snapped, and I won't be able to get them apart now. Hello, Julianne. I'm a ding dong. That just happened, right? I had that happen. It's scary. They just snapped right in half. Okay, so now what are we going to do to finish this? Obviously, at some point, you'll need a photo on it. And I could print anything off, black and white, whatever I want to do. So when I look at this, what do I feel I need? So if I'm doing like a post-mortem of this layout right now, I would like to add some kind of bling to this. So in a perfect world, if I took something and just could put a little bit of gold on, I'm going to try it. Let's see if I can do it without ruining it. I bought a couple new things to add to the store that I haven't got up yet. Some Finbar foundry wax, I think, or is that Tim's? The foundry wax is Tim's is a foundry wax, isn't it? Where would I put that? But we can use some gold glaze. Let's try it. I'm going to try it. Ugh. On my scrap first. Let's try it on the rest of this purple first. See if it'll work. Okay. Tim was foundry wax, and I have that here somewhere. But let's try it on here. If I can get a thin enough coating on my finger. So the first thing I need to do, right, is take some of that off. And you would want just to kind of burnish like that. That's what I want to do. Add a little gold. See that? So I don't want much. It has to be a very thin layer on my finger. So I can go in there and just burnish some of that raised bits. So I'm going for it. Wish me luck. It also ties some of my yellow in, that goldness, the warmth, the goldness. Do you like that? Goldness, the warmth. So this makes me happier already because now that's making this title make more sense on this page. Okay. So can you see that little bit of metallic now on the yes? Love it. It's good. Know when to stop. It's enough. And it tied the yellow from the background in. Very good. Let's get a wipe. Wash my hands off. And one other thing, well, two things this needs. If we want to stick to not pulling out anything else, we can cheat. And I'll make my little tabs from a punch. I have a tab punch, right? Tab punch. Because I can't leave it naked up top. There's got to be something, right? So really what I would use is, we're going to get really crazy, and I'm just going to grab whatever is right beside me. So I have a little bit of cardstock on the bottom of this thing. So I could put a little tab there. That makes me very happy, right? But not there. It has to go on this side. And now it's sitting in that circle. I could put my date. I could put a title. We can journal all over this layout. So I like that. And the other thing I feel this needs is some bling. So this is another thing I ordered 10 million of because I love it, is this rhinestone set from, it came with the Brighton. So it comes with a little pen that's sticky, and we can go through, where's, I need to order some of this. I don't know if I have enough Connect glue, but to me now we can tie in, is there a purple? Kinda. Oh, we do. Yeah, you could totally put gold on your feathers too if you wanted to. Okay, I just got to get this open without flinging these everywhere. Okay, so now we can go in and add that purple all the way up. So there's two shades. There's a purpley red and so this is exactly what I would do. I would need some dimension now. So I would just go up here now with some rhinestones, right? And I might put another color. We'll decide in a minute if they're all going to be purple or not. Put one. Oh, look at, we can, oh, you could also look at, I just changed my mind. I'm accenting my hearts with the rhinestones instead of, because we already have the black circles on there, right? So let's just put a little rhinestone love on the hearts. I love it. I love it so. So it comes, this whole set comes with this, a set of tweezers, which I don't know where I put them, but the rhinestones in that little box come with the little sticky pencil, this whole box of rhinestones, and the tweezers. And I love them on the hearts. That's where they're going to go. We're going to accent the little hearts. Now the hearts remind me of a, does anybody remember back in the day? I don't know if this was just a Canadian good humor ice cream thing, but there was an ice cream bar called the Dracula-sicle. Please, somebody out there, tell me you know what I'm talking about. So I am an old lady, and my favorite ice cream growing up was the Dracula-sicle. So the middle of it was vanilla ice cream, and then it was cherry for the blood, and then purple on the outside. Does anyone remember it? It was the best ice cream from Good Humor. It was called the Dracula-sicle, and it was vanilla ice cream in the middle, and then it was cherry around the vanilla, and then purple on the outside for Dracula. Somebody's got to remember that. I'll be very sad if nobody remembers that, because I still remember, if you had $1 in your youth and you went to the corner store, you could get a bag of chips for 25 cents, a bottle of Coke that you opened on the back by the cooler, because it was a bottle with a bottle opener, and for another 25 cents, a chocolate bar was 25 cents, and then you could get a Freezy and some penny candy. All of that for $1. So if you had $1, you were the rich one, and all the other kids in the neighborhood would follow you down to the store when you were done playing marbles, because that's what I did. I would bring my, here we go. Anybody else remember this? My marbles were in a velvet, what was the alcohol that went in the Crown Royal bag? That's what you carried your marbles in. If you got to have a velvet Crown Royal bag from one of your parents, you were like, it was cool beans to have your marbles in the booze bag. Kid of the 70s, man, you gotta love it. Yep. Anybody else had a velvet Crown Royal bag for your marbles or whatever you carried in there? Man, it was being a kid of the 70s was like the best ever. We played hard. You went outside and you came in exhausted. You'd get your bath and be ready for, you know, Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days on Tuesday night. It would be Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, and Three's Company. I remember that was Tuesday night. And then Saturday was Love Boat and Fantasy Island. Eat my Dracula-sicle. And you didn't come home until dark. Yep, when the street lights came out. I am, are you from Squamish? Are you talking to me? I live in Ontario, Canada. My marbles were in a Player's tobacco tin. Oh my goodness. Is that not hilarious? Like, think about that, Julianne. My brother used to make Barbie furniture out of cigarette packages. And you would take the tin foil from inside the cigarette package, and you would, if you peeled the paper off and then you rubbed the foil, it would stick to the cigarette packages. And then he glued all of them together and made me a couch and a chair and a love seat. Potato chips were a nickel. Oh my goodness, right? And then you could also win a free bag of potato chips. Almost like every other chip bag had inside of it the little card that said that you won a free bag, right? I love it. It was fun. We had a lot of fun growing up. I love this so much, and it reminds me of a Dracula-sicle. How does no one remember that? I made a Barbie house out of shoe boxes. I love it. Growing up, I wasn't into sweets nor candy. My thing was always potato chips. Me too, salty. But I like my salty and then a little taste of sweet. But I have to finish with salt, right? My last bite can't be a sweet bite. So I'm like backwards on dessert. I think this is empty. Okay, we're going to have to find something. And then this is done. And then I'm going to call it. Oh, the card, Stephen. Where's the new glue? There it is. You and my hubby can tell stories from the 70s. I'm telling you, it was a great era to grow up in. Okay, Kari, we're going to see if I can make a mess with my glue bottle. Somebody sent me a link that I think Lori Domes, one of my Lori friends who sent me that, a link. Oop. Sometimes you got to just go with it and hope it clears nice and dry, to buy the little bottles with the top on it, which I actually think I own. Let's just do this. Oh, don't do that. Because now guess what? I stuck it to the glue bottle like a fool. So sometimes you got to just make it work when you do foolish things like Vicki just did. Foolish things. They are little, right? So just getting it to work. Hopefully there's enough glue on that one. The little glue bottle, right? So that you can control with a little metal tip, which I'm sure is a card maker tip because card makers are brilliant. There, it's working. Just don't squeeze too much and don't tip it right over. Here we go. I love the little sticky pencil though. And don't you love when you buy something and it comes with everything you need is in the package? And that's what's kind of special with this little Bo Bunny thing. I'm very happy. I love these rhinestones. It's probably why I bought 50 of them to put in my shop, because I'm like, you know, people are going to need this. This is one of those things I feel like you need because it's cute and little. So they can be in there for a long time because it's fun. Love this. Okay, friends, so let's glue this down. I have to find a photo. I will find a photo to put on this so that you guys can see. I'm working with Matilda and Godfrey, and they have a Boo Crew tag. What is this? I don't know what that is. What are we talking about there? You need a metal tip. Yeah, I'll get one of those. See, all of you guys. I like the berry. I have the one with the bear. I ordered it just because I wanted it. Like, we used to have honey that came in a bear jar, and I wanted the bear glue just for the jar. So I did order it, but I don't know where it is. So what do we think, friends? See there with a little now purple on the hearts. Add a little bit of dimension. I will photograph this and put a photo on it so that you guys can see it finished. Yes to all the things. So now I would go through with my photo and I would handwrite my journaling, like a little bit here and a little bit here. If I wanted to get crazy and use stickers. So let's say that's the only thing I was going to add on this picture, on this thing. Let's see. Do I have a sticker set right handy? Probably, right? Because I got my rolly cart. Like, see, there's things we could have added, like a little frame around this where you don't have to use pattern paper, but embellishments. That's why I buy embellishments even when I don't like the pattern paper, if that makes sense. I'll buy the embellishments. So I could go on. And one more thing I could add on here, right? So let's say I'm going to put a food picture, like eating ice cream on here. Then, like, look, I could go through and put like yum, like some little sticker words. And to be honest with you, that is one thing I would add to this. So let's do that. Tina, the feathers are from the feathery dies from Tim Holtz. I put all of my share sale links are in the description for the video and on the original Facebook link in the description. I still got to do a card, don't I? Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm not a quitter. So what could I put on here? Yes to all the things. So I'm going to put places and people because I'm going to tie the black in. Oh, I love it. Ready? Look at places and people. Oh, this is Vicifying it. This to me will finish this. Just putting a word here, a word here, a word here, and a word there. I think places and people. So yes, something that kind of another story, a collection of moments. Let's do that. I think that'll be fun and it's nice and long. So see. That's not straight at all. And I don't know if I can fix it now or not. Do you know these pokey tools are like my favorite thing? I use it all the time. Okay. Oh my goodness. This just elevated the whole thing. These freaking stickers just I love that. I don't think I'll do one on here. I'm going to do one there and here. So this will come off this side and this will come off this side. So let's see if we can find a little bit smaller one. Do a little thingy. Crook, crook. Cuckoo. Mike Wilson came to say hi. Did he ever answer me if he's coming next Friday to us to Niagara Falls? Places and people, a collection of moments. What else could we put here? The experience. I love it. And then I need one. Making memories. I'm going to put at the top. Fills my soul. That would have been good too, right? Look at making memories. And then this one is going to be, it's going to be a little bit harder to read, but we're still going to use it. The experience. Look at that. Just elevated the whole thing. Can you see it? That just tied all the little black in there. I love how this one turned out, friends. Love that. And now a really, really strong photo. That's what this needs, a really strong photo. Because, right, sometimes I like one photo pages because sometimes the photo is so good, you don't want to mess with it by adding a whole bunch of noise with a bunch of other photos. So I know that is personal preference. Not all of you will agree with me. You like to get as many photos on your page as possible, and that totally works too. Other things you could do that would be fun is you could take glossy accents and just highlight some of the raised bits on here if you wanted to do that. But really, you could glossy accent all the hearts. That could be cool. Or you could just leave it alone. Let's make the card for my card making friends. Okay, so that I will share a picture of on the socials. Where did the card go, Vicki? Oh, here. Okay, so this is our card base. So it's a little wonk, right? Because we put all that wet medium on here, but we'll pretend it's not. If you made this with foundations paper, it'd be better. But really, if you put it in an envelope, it still would be okay. Or you could take this and put through your ink. Look at all the ink on the back because I threw it on stuff. And flatten it out. So let's figure out what feathers that we would want to put on here. And do we want it to kind of be falling down the page like we did with the layout? Maybe. I don't hate that. But they're big, right? It makes it hard. Another pink one. I don't know if I want them to go like that. Cooperate. Feathers. At least I'm not calling them leaves now, because I was earlier, wasn't I? I like that right there. I like that. So let's commit. I told you, Natalie, that I was probably going to be 11 o'clock before I was done tonight. I just knew it. I knew it. And I know, and I have to get up and pack orders. And it's for real going to be a very early morning. But then we're going to go to, so any of my Toronto friends or other places in Canada has it as well. Have you been to a restaurant called the Cactus Club? The Cactus Club is Vicki Booten, that's me's favorite restaurant. So we wanted to go on Mother's Day, but oh my goodness, if you did not make a reservation anywhere early, you were not getting into your favorite restaurant on Mother's Day. So we are, how did I do that before? Like that, but then I covered it. It's this guy, it has to go last, I think. We are going to deliver packages and we're going to hit Sherway Gardens tomorrow. So if you're at Sherway Gardens tomorrow and you see me, say hi, because I am going to my favorite restaurant after we that's perfect, after we deliver packages. So Kari, you ever come to visit me, if you ever come to visit me, I will take you, or when you come to visit me, I will totally be taking you to the Cactus Club. I'm not coming to Toronto. I'm going to go to Sherway Gardens. See you later, Lorraine. Thank you. This was a long one, so thank you for sticking around as long as you did, because I'm sure some of you, my mother's probably like, holy crap, Vicki, are you ever going to get off here? Because I always call her after, right? There. I like that. This one needs to be more askew. Oops, I just ripped it. Did you guys notice that? I just ripped it. We'll pretend that didn't happen. I would like this to be more askew like that. Okay, we have our feathers. So now, oh, we didn't put a heart or anything. Let's go in with the little hearts. So I'm going to put one here. Where's that ink blending tool? Right here. Okay, there. We can fit one right here. So have you guys been? Has anyone been to the Cactus Club? Was my go-to from my late teens on. So many memories. It's so good. Good night, Pamela. Yes, when you come to visit. So my go-to on the menu is they have the best lettuce wraps I've ever had. Oh my goodness. See how that just tied that in? And then let's put one right up here. There we go. Okay, so we're carrying our design over from the layout. Let's pretend there's not a big extra piece of tape because Vicki moved. You wouldn't want this card from me with the big booger of adhesive right there, would you? Oh, here you go, Stephen. Let's do the feathers quickly. Okay, let's see. I'm going for it. I'm going to go for it, right? Look at that. There we go. I just got some on the card too. Look at that. Little gold on the feathers. Very pretty. Love it. Probably would do it before you put it on the card, not like Vicki did on her card. Let's do our sentiment and we're done. We're done. We did a card and a layout. And you watch me make cut die cuts for 85 hours. So what do we want on our card? In my heart, good luck. Good luck. Make a wish. Hello there. Hello there. That's a Vicki thing. Let's do hello there. So I would like, what size circle will fit in this circle? 1 and a bit. Let's see if I have a 1 and a bit. Has to be like 1 1/4. I'm looking. Just a second. A die would work though, right? And I could ink the edge of the die if I wanted to, because I don't know if I have a 1 1/4 circle punch. I do not think I do. So what I will do is later, I won't finish it now, but I'll get a die from my nesting circle dies. So I'm going to stamp hello there. And then I am going to put it with a foam dot right there. Okay. So the only other thing we'll do to carry the whole design where it's like make a layout or a card with the same technique is I'll put a couple of rhinestones on these hearts and then I'm going to stamp hello there and I will pop it up in a circle right there. It's going to be cute, don't you think? There we go, Kari. Because you know I'm shutting the lights off and going to bed. I will not be staying up and cleaning up tonight. So there we go. Love it. So let me flip the camera around and say good night. And do you have any questions, my friends, about anything we did tonight? Or about the 12 million things I talked about? You like a little note? A little note could be cute too, right? I love the stamp set. I have to say, good job, Mr. Holtz. I love sentiment stamps, especially for someone who isn't predominantly a card maker, that I could use these on layouts as well, right? Okay, let's see. I got to make sure I don't look like a fool. Hi, when I flip the camera. That was so much fun tonight. So the card, if the lighting wasn't, look how pretty that is. And we just used our scraps, like stuff we've done already, right? So there is the card. The light is better, right? my lighting. I'm going to work on that. And the layout. Doot, doot. So yes to all the things. And then I'll put my picture on there. Right? If you guys need it closer, if you can see. Doot, doot. There we go. Very fun. I have the lids on everything. Nothing is gonna, I'm not gonna lose my letters, do all the things. So that was a lot of fun tonight. Remember, next Friday, I think I'm not wrong. I could be, I'll let you know. I think next Friday I am going out for dinner with my friends from Nova Scotia. I might be wrong. It might be the following Friday. So just stay tuned. I will post it earlier than I did because I posted I was going live tonight, like an hour and a half before I was going live. So I will give you more of a heads up if it's going to be Thursday or Friday next week. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed the company and that most of you stuck around for all of it. If you're watching after the fact, enjoy. I'm happy for you to be here, regardless if you're here live or if you're here after. If you're watching on Facebook, don't forget to like and follow my Facebook Vicki Boutin artist page, and come and join the Vicki Boutin Creative Community Group on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you give thumbs up and you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss when I'm going live or sharing any other fun things that we do as a VBoo community. So thank you very much. Have an amazing weekend. For my Canadian friends, have a great long weekend. And I'll see you probably next Thursday anyway, if all of my American friends, it's your long weekends, because maybe you'll join me on the Thursday, but you can't make it on the Friday. So we'll see you later. Have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. See you later, friends. And thanks, Natalie, for being my sidekick. See you later.